Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take what I call our typical 10-yard shot for turkey hunting. For me, when it comes to bow hunting turkey's a 10-yard game. Okay, I've killed a lot of turkeys with Magnus Bullheads. I've never had to take more than a 10-yard shot. I do my job right in my setup and I don't need to. That being said, I always sight my bow in with the bullheads at 10, 20, 30, and even 40 yards, just in case I need one for a further shot. And I've got many videos out there on YouTube that show me shooting at 40 and 50 yards, and they fly very accurately if you do your job tuning your bow and getting things set up right, okay? But this would be our typical 10-yard shot, and you're gonna see the way the pillow does a great job of absorbing the impact, how the arrow flies true, and there is no damage to the broadhead when we're done. And we just slice that turkey's head off, or mostly off, and very quick, clean, efficient kill. Okay, so I just retrieved my arrow from the target. There's no damage to the broadhead at all. All right, first thing I want to do is make sure the broadhead's tight before my next shot. Take my handy screwdriver and go through and just check, snug all 3 screws. And they really don't turn at all, maybe just a fuzz, but you're putting that little bit of extra torque pressure on there so that the next time you shoot, there's no problem. Okay, so you're all set up and you're ready to go for your next shot. You torqued everything, everything's good. And you decapitate the next turkey. So what about the crossbow? Can a crossbow be used with a Magnus Bullhead? Of course it can. Crossbows are the fastest growing segment in all of hunting. They appeal to youth, they appeal to women, and even grown men. And they're very effective for turkey hunting, especially out of a ground blind. The Magnus Bullhead works and works well on a crossbow. Now, I mentioned earlier that probably the bullhead of choice for crossbows is going to be your 100-grain head. And there's 2 primary reasons for that. One is, just as we talked about with compound bows, that the speed of the arrow will affect the broadhead flight and your tune. So the faster that arrow is flying, okay, if things are out of tune, your form's not right or whatever, that larger wing out on the front end, okay, can do some funky things, all right? So it's very critical, okay? So the 100 grain is going to be more forgiving for the crossbows that are shooting faster, all right? That smaller wing out front. The other reason, probably even the bigger reason, is most crossbows have a stirrup on the front, okay? That stirrup sticks out there, okay? Just as we talked about on a compound bow, the sight window, the rest shelf, and the sight itself all play a critical role into, you want to make sure you're clearing it. The same with the stirrup. And that blade orientation, if things aren't right, that blade can actually hit the stirrup, okay? So your 100 grain is not going to hit it. This is a 125, okay? Now, can you still use a 125 on a crossbow? Yes, you can. But you got to be very careful on your blade orientation. You want to set it up so that you clear like that, okay? Or you can do what I did, and this is up to you, or however you want to do it. Everybody, crossbow is different. I had a machine shop, machine me a block up here that actually drops my foot stirrup down, so now I can take this bullhead, 125 grain bullhead, and no matter its orientation, it will always clear, okay, that foot stirrup when it goes by, all right? So yes, it can be done. This is actually my daughter's crossbow. She's killed several turkeys with this crossbow and a 125 grain broadhead on it, okay? So I'm going to take a shot here and show you that they do fly and do fly well. There you go. Magnus Bullhead can be shot out of a crossbow effectively. That's a 10-yard shot, very easy shot when it comes to turkey hunting. That was, again, the 125. The 100 grain is going to be more forgiving for you and be better at longer distances. Now, I have shot this out to 30 yards accurately with this crossbow and a 125, but I've spent a lot of time tuning and playing with things. So they can, and they do work, and do work well. And just as when you shoot a Magnus Bullhead out of your compound into the target, make sure you go back with your Phillips screwdriver and torque every blade down snug, and then you'll be ready to shoot again. As you can see, the target, that's a couple shots with the compound, one with the Bullhead, the stuffing's starting to pull out. Again, get yourself that packing tape, wrap it up, keep on shooting. The target will last you years doing so. So that pretty much sums up shooting the Magnus Bullhead and everything that you need to do to get your tune right and to practice so that you're ready come turkey season in the spring. You can get your Magnus broadheads in both 100 and 125 grain heads. You can get them at magnusbroadheads.com or all of your major hunting outlet retailers. Okay, remember, every single Magnus broadhead comes with a lifetime warranty. Okay, no questions asked. Right here on the back or the front of the package, it always says lifetime guarantee. You bend a blade, you break a blade, you damage a ferrule, take a picture of it, send it back if you have to Magnus for the cost of an envelope and a stamp, and you get a replacement head for free. There's no questions asked. There's no saving a receipt for 10 years so that when the time comes you got to send it in. Get with Magnus. Made 100% in the USA by great people and a great company in Great Bend, Kansas. So buy with confidence, abuse them, go out and use them, run them hard, be successful. They stand behind their product 100%. Again, my name's Derek Craig with New Day Outdoors Productions. Been a pro staffer for Magnus Broadheads for several years. Great products, great company. If you have any questions, get in contact with Magnus Broadheads through their email, through their phone numbers. You can always contact me through my website and YouTube or through Magnus Direct. We will bend over backwards to help you out with your products so that you too can have a successful turkey season. Please be safe, practice hard, practice well in advance. God bless you. We'll see you in the turkey woods in the spring.